If you clicked on this video, you've probably always wanted to write a book, but you just don't know how. As you can tell by the title, I wrote this book while I was in high school. I'm now 20 years old and I've finally just gotten it published. Over these few years, I've learned that writing is not just about being literate, but it's also about discipline, creativity, and also being passionate about your work. Today, I'm going to show you what I did to become an author as a student and what I learned throughout the process. With that, let's get into it. Number 1, have a vision for your story. One of the things that makes people give up on their book is that they have a premise, but they don't know where they want it to go. When you start writing your story, you want to have an end in mind. Some people say you need to outline your entire story before you start drafting it. I think that advice kind of sucks, but you should at least know how it's going to end. Having an end in mind will help guide you as you're writing, so you'll know what goal you're trying to achieve by the end of it. If you're writing a series like me, it'll also be helpful to be thinking about 2 endings, the ending of your first book and the ending of the series as a whole. Number 2, set a goal word count every day. This advice can intimidate a lot of new writers, but I want to stress that your daily goal doesn't have to be crazy high. There have been some great authors in history who only wrote like 200 words a day. Personally, my daily word goal was 1,000, and even that was only on non-school days. During the week, it was even less. What really matters here is that you're writing consistently. When you write consistently every day, you recondition your mind to feel like writing is a natural activity, and this is crucial when working on long manuscripts. Number 3, read other books in your genre. Whether your story is romance, mystery, dystopian, horror, or anything else, you need to be reading in your genre. One of the biggest mistakes I made was that I read fairly often, but I wasn't reading in the genre I was writing. And this caused my skills as a writer to plateau. But all that changed when I started reading books that were in the same genre as mine. The main genre of my book is science fantasy, and I didn't start reading science fantasy until much later in the writing process. The first science fantasy book I read was Out of the Silent Planet by C.S. Lewis, and as soon as I read it, my writing skills exploded. Don't underestimate the importance of reading in your genre. Number 4, get ready for this one, don't use AI. If any part of your book is made with AI, your book is basically a guaranteed failure. I don't care if it's the writing, the editing, the story, the cover art, people can tell that it's AI. A lot of people think they can be sneaky and get away with it, but it's actually really obvious when someone wrote their book with AI. And no, it's not just em dashes or semicolons. Those aren't even signs of AI like some lesser writers might lead you to believe. The thing is, AI generated content just has this really soulless feel to it. It doesn't have that human love that it needs. It doesn't have any creativity because it's trained off of things other people have made, so it can only produce slop that doesn't do anything unique or creative. So please just write your book with your own hands. Number 5, just finish your first draft. So many people give up after the first few chapters. You don't want to be that person. A lot of people will say, oh, I quit because I didn't like where it was going. I quit because I had a better idea. These are all just excuses. The first draft is not meant to be good. You know you can always write another draft after you're done, right? That's why it's called a first draft. If the first draft was meant to be good, then there would be no point in writing more drafts after that. My first draft was a nightmare. It looks nothing like the final draft whatsoever. The important thing about a first draft is that you finish the draft. After that, you can write more drafts and fix everything you don't like. You'll probably need to write 5 or 6 drafts before publishing, but even in some cases, you might write more drafts than that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there you have it. I hope these tips were helpful. Now you know what you need to do to write an awesome book. When you practice these tips consistently, you'll have your book written in no time. And if you want to see an example of how your efforts can pay off, feel free to check out my book, Alien Strike: The New Frontier. It's an epic science fantasy space opera about a teenager who gets stranded on an alien planet. The link is in the description. Until next time.